In this presentation, you will learn about the legacy of Simmel today. While Georg Simmel is widely known, the impact of his work has been far from straightforward, with the ways in which his ideas have been taken up by later thinkers as complex and diverse as the ideas themselves. The Simmelian legacy is a comprehensive study of the work of this influential sociologist and philosopher and its reception in the Anglophone, German, and French intellectual worlds. Simmel has built his own view based on the ideas of Durkheim, Marx, Hegel, and Kant. His analysis of social structures, city, currency, and modern society is similar to Durkheim's analysis. The problem of the individual and society is similar to Weber's work on the effects of rationalization. Simmel's work on symbolism of money is similar to Marx's work on alienation. However, what makes it distinct, Simmel's work, by mentioned theorists, is its emphasis on social interaction at the individual and small groups level, because for Simmel, the society is composed of interactions between and across individuals, and that sociologists should study the patterns and forms of these associations, which is better than the search for social laws. Simmel's writings on the city and money continue to be used by contemporary sociologists. Simmel lived in the last half of the 19th century and in the early years of the 20th, long before the internet, digital technology, and social media were invented, let alone could become so pervasive in everyday life. He was the first to uncover, isolate, and articulate the forms and patterns that underlie the organization of any and all societal units, from dyads to networks to nations, and to theorize how these structures affect their members and the dynamics of their members' interactions. His insights would be astonishing in any era, but are all the more so when their application to practices that he surely could never have imagined are considered. Many scholars credit Simmel with pioneering the structural approach to studying social life. The web of group affiliations. In the web of group affiliations, Simmel explains that individuals in pre-modern, pre-industrial times tended to come into contact with a relatively small number of the same people wherever they went. Group affiliations could be characterized by a pattern of concentric circles as groups, which was like the family, neighborhood, church, relatively few in number, and consisted of mostly the same people. These circles could be seen as structurally subsumed within one another, collapsing into a single, not very diverse whole. Both technological and cultural factors were at play. People could not easily travel great distances or contact distant others, and correspondingly, there was limited need or desire to do so. As a result, the individual was wholly absorbed by and remained oriented towards the group, and importantly, was treated as a member of a group rather than as an individual. With ever accelerating industrialization, however, came sufficient advancement of transportation and communication technology that one could belong to multiple groups that consisted of numerous, diverse, sometimes far flung others. Now, people could and did participate in many family, friendship, occupational, and interest oriented groups, some of which were independent of one another and others of which could intersect. These social circles began to overlap and proliferate in intricate ways and patterns, eventually spanning an infinite range of individualizing combinations. The structure of any society, Simmel writes, provides a framework within an individual's non-interchangeable and singular characteristics may develop and find expression. The internet and digital technology provide frequent and multiple opportunities for the expression of the characteristics of the self. Indeed, the abundant near continuous expression of unique characteristics and peculiarities as Simmel refers to human quirks in the also groundbreaking The Metropolis and Mental Life that emerge in online and digital spaces can be seen as a hallmark of the internet age. Simmel also contends that as our group affiliations and modes of self expression increase, every individual will find a community for each of his inclinations and strivings. Of the many metaphors currently used to represent internet and digitally enabled structures like network, net, platform, cluster, even Facebook, the web is perhaps the most commonly invoked. Simmel's work describes the development of sprawling web-like societal structures with elegance and precision. But it would be incorrect to affirm that he actually used the word web in describing the shape that such structures can take. Though it is unclear the extent to which Simmel's vision was exactly that of a web, it is clear that Simmel's work, and this essay in particular, maps onto and depicts the morphology and structural development of the Internet and the World Wide Web brilliantly. Death and legacy. Simmel wrote prolifically throughout his career, penning more than 200 articles for various outlets, both scholarly and non-academic, as well as 15 very highly regarded books. He passed away in 1918 after succumbing to a battle with liver cancer. Simmel's work laid the foundation for the development of structuralist approaches to studying society and to the development of the discipline of sociology in general. His works proved especially inspiring to those who pioneered the field of urban sociology in the United States, including the Chicago School of Sociology's Robert Park. Simmel's legacy in Europe includes shaping the intellectual development and writing of social theorists Georgi Lukács, Ernst Bloch, and Karl Mannerheim, among others. Simmel's approach to studying mass culture also served as the theoretical foundation for members of the Frankfurt School. Even though he left no established school of thought or direct disciples, Simmel greatly influenced the development of both sociology and philosophy. His ideas, dispersed to the different areas in which he wrote, left their mark on the future generation of scholars. Simmel's study of groups and group behavior has gained some important insights that would later be used in social psychology and sociology. Georg Simmel is undervalued and underrated among the great classical theorists. His work provides theoretical and analytical tools upon which such critical perspectives as social network analysis have been built. It outlines how group affiliations and social interactions develop and impact both the individual and the society, and it presages a world in which the finding and forming of social connections via digital technology is constant and ubiquitous, with rampant consequences, many of which we are just beginning to discern. But while his influence is widely acknowledged in sociological circles, his salience to the fields of communication, information, and technology studies is acknowledged far too irregularly. Thank you for watching the presentation.